biggie that I've got that people want to hear answered for sure is, what advice would you have to give to other organizations who are about to go through a similar digital transformation? What kind of lessons did you learn from this process?
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. I'll kick off and answer that one, and I know Julie has some thoughts as well. I would say first, critically analyze and evaluate and improve your business processes before development to avoid the need for iterative changes, rework, and scope creep. The better the business understands the technology up front and what the technology is capable of doing, the better they'll be able to work with a developer to put together a system that will work from the outset. The second is to take time to do thorough discovery. The more time and the deeper the dive that you can spend during the discovery phase, the smoother your implementation will go. Third, the scoping document in a project that's large like this is critical, and it's important to ensure that the business and the developer are on the same page and that expectations are clear. Ambiguity in the scope can cause problems in a complex project, so ask questions and be clear, and I would say choose a vendor that's committed to the project and passionate about the success of your project. In the case of this project, MST, Mindspan, and the ICA team, we all had the same goal, and we wanted the project to be successful. And this commitment was really critical to help us get through a few roadblocks along the way, and ultimately be able to deploy a solution and a system that we're all very proud of. Julie, do you have some thoughts on lessons learned?
Yeah, sure. If possible, I always suggest a phased implementation. Unfortunately for us here on this project, we could not do that. The current system just really didn't support the ability to turn off one feature while we were turning on other features in Salesforce. And it just makes it into a very lengthy project, which, as any long implementation, you might lose resources, both internally and externally. But we also learned that some features that we thought were imperative during the initial discovery and implementation, we learned were really not that necessary when we went live. You don't know what you don't know until you're working in the system, daily, every day. So you think, oh, I need to have these tasks or these emails sent to me. And then when you're working in it for a few weeks, you realize that probably, maybe another feature would have been more important than others. So go live with the minimal viable product and with the understanding that you have additional phases enhancements over the first year. I know that's a little bit hard, when we have fiscal year budgets, but if at all you can do that, that would be very beneficial to get people really working on the system day to day. Talked about the training and education. I think that was definitely very, very important. Like I said, most of us said, oh, you don't need 4 to 6 weeks. That seems too long. We want to go live. But it definitely made everybody productive on day one, with also a dedicated staff throughout the project in order to really take ownership of the different business processes. And lastly, documentation. I think every project we talk about this, that there's so much logic behind the system. It's such a smart system that's hard to remember 6 months, a year, 2 years later. What are we doing with this type of document type that comes in? So making sure that we have the document, and so that you can always go back and understand and make sure that your standard work and training and everything will be updated.
Well, thank you so much.